Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of If I Can, You Can. I am your host this evening, Carlos Cadiz of Network University TNT, and I'm filling in for Deborah Filbert. Deborah is off on a mission to Benin, Africa. From there, she's going to go to Nigeria and Ghana. And one of her missions in life is building schools. She believes in education, and that is what she's out there doing. So, you have me this afternoon again, and I have a fantastic guest this afternoon. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, you're in for a treat because with me this evening is none other than Alicia County-Payne. And I know a lot of you have been waiting for this woman. She's so powerful. Let me tell you something. You're talking about a mother, a wife, a businesswoman, online entrepreneur, a woman who doesn't take no for an answer. Let me tell you something. What we're about to get into here this evening, I hope you're ready because the information is going to help you as an individual see yourself in the same way. Everything Alicia does is to show that if I can, you can. When you listen to her presentations on a Tuesday night, when she launches online businesses for new entrepreneurs, I mean, it's phenomenal. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into Alicia, we're going to have our first commercial, but I want to tell you something. Sit tight. Don't move because there's going to be a whole lot of fun here this evening. So we're going to... Ladies and gentlemen, there she is, Miss Alicia County-Payne. And now you see that address right there? I think that fits her perfectly. You looked at the nurturing and the education, the fitness, the nurturing of young minds. That's Miss County-Payne. Now, let me give you a little quick little history. Yep, mother of three, business owner, entrepreneur, gospel singer, for those of you who didn't know, and a dynamic platinum affiliated in an online company called Success Factory, which we will talk about later on, right? What I want to throw out at Alicia first here, let's not go into you as an adult yet. Tell us a little bit about Alicia and growing up and the values that Alicia got to make her who she is today.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon to each and everyone. Thank you, Mr. Carlos, for the opportunity today. Guys, I can remember myself always being an only child for 13 plus years. Only at 14, then I got a little sibling. So I always learned and got accustomed to being by myself and loving me and my own company, right? Even growing up, like, going to family for the holidays and whatnot, it was sort of strange, even though I look forward to it, to be with my cousins and whatnot, but it was always strange because I'm always by myself in my own space, and family always thought I was so quiet. Yeah, I used to do the mischievous stuff too, when I meet up with the rest of cousins. And most of the times, the others used to get licks. I wouldn't get because they would say, Alicia, not like that. Look how quiet she is, you know. But you know, it was an experience growing up with my mom and then my father, who is not my biological father, but he's my daddy, and he made a sacrifice to me, to he just didn't accept my mother. He accepted me as his own, and I didn't even realize that it wasn't so until I was probably about 9 years old when my mom told me the truth, and I remember crying a lot about that. But and I did get to meet my real father, but nobody could replace my daddy.
But that's because of the love that came out of that relationship. You see, it doesn't always have to be blood. Love is love. You see, that's why when they talk about agape love, that's what that was. Okay, and I always say this because even as a father, um, my ex-wife and I are very good friends. I tell people, hey, you want to hear about me? Call my ex-wife. Very good friends. My ex-wife and my wife are very good friends because even if we as adults can't get along, children shouldn't suffer. That's our responsibility. And
Definitely.
and I like that. So that helped you being where you are. So
Yes.
what about school? Mischievous in school too? Is all girls school, mixed schools?
From primary school was all girls. From secondary was mixed. And the same result when it was Parents' Day. Yeah, of course, parents have to come, and the teachers will say, Miss County, what you doing here? We don't need to see you. Go back home. We don't have nothing bad to say about her. She's a good student. We don't need to see you. The ones who we need to see, we're not seeing them. Go back home.
So that's because you setting up everybody else to take it forward. Because if your cousins and them was taking it for you, it means the same thing in school. Everybody taking it for this. Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
listen to me. I was a child. I had a while I respected my mom because she was a disciplinarian. I had a fear, a genuine fear of being punished by her. Right? I love my mom so much, and I always wanted to be on her good side. So I really wouldn't do anything to while up that animal inside her. You understand? So I used to try to be as best as I could, and I'm in it paid off. So thank God.
You remind me of something my daughter told my sons because it's 5 boys and 2 girls. I'm not the 5 boys and 1 girl. And she used to says, "Well, you know, Daddy always had that little bottle of crazy juice in the pocket, and you still doing that."
That's
but
right.
but you know what it also shows is that for your cousins and them to take the heat for you, and then for your friends in school to take the heat, you're a leader. That was leadership. That's what you did there, right? They were willing to follow you to that extent. And now, when you look at where you're going, you have continued leading people. You're not mischievous anymore. I mean, of course, listen, as a parent, sometimes you have to be mischievous with your kids. Sometimes it needs them a little wickedness, right? But now you have flowed from there, flowed through school, and then you started adult life. What was your career choice, first career choice?
Actually, growing up, mommy always used to say, "You want to be a lawyer because you like to argue all the time. You're going to be a good lawyer." And man, I understood that as a parent, you had to be careful what you're saying to your children, because they're implanting that in them. So I always believed that I was going to be a lawyer. However, upon leaving school, well, I did business studies. I did some sciences, but I didn't like the sciences, and I was into business. And after leaving school, I went into broadcasting, and that was an amazing journey in broadcasting. Nevertheless, I didn't follow it up because, again, I come from a lineage of teachers. So it was expected that you get yourself into teaching. So when an opportunity came about, I was pulled from that broadcasting into teaching. Why? Because it's a stable job, you know. And I did that. I did the training and everything. I did my exams, and I was lined up to get into one of the top schools in South, and I declined because I really didn't like it. I love the children, but I didn't like the teaching aspect of it, the different things that came about with it. So I went on to a large furniture store in Trinidad. And from there, I became, well, they know me there as Ace. That was my nickname, Ace. They still call me that. And you could guess why, right? So
Yeah.
I was the top salesperson. I was able to open a branch with some staff in Marbella. We were the staff to open there. And then from there, I moved to the furniture department where I was, handling merchandising of that particular store as well. And even going to other branches because they liked what I was doing, head management liked what I was doing. And they took me to the other branches to do the same thing, even to Tobago. So the recognition started there, so they realized, wait, this employee has more to put on the table. And then I was offered a position to be an assistant manager in another branch. So I didn't really picture myself going there, but listen, as I always say, whatever is given to me to do, I do it to the best, and like as if God asked me to do it. I give it my best, and I was able to accomplish a lot of things. I was recognized, and but again, upon becoming a mother, I made some decisions to close that door and move on. And sometimes my kids ask me if I regret it. Sometimes I feel to say yes, but then I say no. I don't regret it, because if I didn't do that, I would have been tied down to a particular job. I wouldn't have the time to be the mother that I am to them today. Even though we would have had a lot of things and they might have had some different other opportunity, but I think we going on a totally different road that they're not even seeing, that they don't understand us yet. So that's basically me. Anything that I put my hand to is gold.
I hear that. Now that's interesting the way you lay that out, because just from the standpoint of and we talk this all the time of being an employee, what you're doing is you're building someone's dream, and yet even though you have that role, because of who you are, you're gonna still do that passionately because that's your function. At the end of the day, if your skill wasn't recognized, they would not have asked you to, could you come here? Could you come here? How about if we position you here? And that is a company appreciating. And you see, a lot of companies lose top employees simply because they underappreciate those employees. And that's why you find those employees will go and start their own businesses and move on, and then they leave a void because very few people can fill the space of what you do the way you do it. So let's take that now. Let's take that now into family life, because you put that passion into work life. Let's put that into family life.
Well, as I said, I was an only child for about 13 plus years, right? And then my little sister came along. I was so excited about it when I was 14. I was really, really excited about it. And I mean, I ironed all her clothes, her baby clothes and everything, and packed her hospital bag before my mom went to make her. She was born in 1990, during that height of the coup. Right?
Ooh. Yeah, for the hold on. For the international people who don't know, 1990 represents history to us in Trinidad and Tobago. We had a civil unrest. We call it the coup of 1990. Trust me, it was terrible. Not as bad as in the international countries, but hey, for us happy-go-lucky Caribbean people, that was bad, right? Alicia, what about home now? You have 3 boys.
Yes.
Give us that story.
So I was saying, my sister, preparing for my sister and being the one to really grow her up, prepared me for motherhood. So, wow. I mean, I was going to school when she came, and I used to be from 3 months, and so I taught and her going all over San Fernando, Siparia, wherever I had to visit family. So people who saw me with her, they thought that I had this child. But the same was her mother's child, right? So I didn't care because I know the truth. And so becoming a mother, I mean, when you have your first child, you need a parent or somebody who could assist you with it. But most of my mothering to my first son, Jarrell, I knew it from having to deal with my sister. So it wasn't so hard for me, and then the second one came, Jaden came. Wow, and he came pretty fast too. I cried. I cried because I was like, why? I let it happen to me too one time because they were like practically twins, right? And
Hey.
yeah, but I thank God each and every day that it happened that way. God does know what He's doing, eh? God knows what He's doing, and they are they close. They man is just amazing. And then I have a 6-year-old, so I have 15, 14, and 6. And the 6 years, he is 6 going on 16.
Tell me about it. I have 13 going on 30. Yeah. Watch me. I'm looking for us here on Facebook as I'm talking so I can stream to people as well. Listen, being a parent isn't easy, and especially in today's time, today's time is very challenging. How we were growing up back then, and certain morals and values that were instilled in us, we can still instill today. However, we have to understand that our children being technologically advanced, and that's from the womb, because they are born ready for the era they're in. We sometimes have difficulty communicating, right? Unfortunately, for people like you and I, because we are operating in their space, as a living and as part of our daily operation, it makes it a little easier, right?
Yes.
Now, while we'll go to well, actually, no, we'll leave that for now. Let me ask you another question. So, growing up, 13 years old only child, boom, get a sister. Everybody taking all the heat for you, so you're a leader, right? You find yourself into the adult world, and while you could have been a lawyer, because again of your nurturing way, and again, yes, there were a lot of teachers in your family, but you had already developed that capacity for nurturing. So I think it was easy for you to make the choice to become an educator, right? And that also translates in daily life, because look at our kids right now online, and then we have to be there. We have to be a part of everything they're doing. Like if we were going to school with them, whereas in the morning we drop them off. I hope my shift. We drop them off. They're gone. Now we have to be there. PTA meetings online, sometimes 3-4 days. So our world has changed dramatically. Now you also have flip back your camera. You're going sideways. Yeah. You also have now your own business, right? Not the online business, but I want to talk about your brick and mortar business, because you see, COVID has hit everyone in every way. I give you quick examples. COVID made weddings cheaper. It made funerals colder, right?
Wow, yeah.
It means you can't hug a loved one you haven't seen in a while. You cannot take a vacation. You cannot go to the beach. Yet they have industries that are flourishing, even so. But how did it affect your brick and mortar business?
Well, first of all, there are two aspects to the brick and mortar. We still maintain the selling from the vehicle, because that's the roots. And then we had the business itself. And the vehicle was the one that was bringing in the majority of income. So when school closed off, approximately 80% of the income was gone. So we had to now focus more on the business itself. Then, I mean, we had our customers coming in, but again, with people being home, no income coming in, of course, parents cannot provide the funds to the children to buy snacks and stuff. And we can get that flow of customers coming in as well. we decided to make a change a bit, put a little section where we could provide food stuff because customers were asking for that. And when we set that up now, again, it was going pretty slow, that, it just was not working out. And one of the things you have to understand as a business person is that you have to look at, evaluate your business and make decisions quickly as to, how to take a business to the next level. So I decided, and I communicate with God a lot, and it's like he said to me, Alicia, go online. You have an online business, that's the other business, digital business that we do. You have that. So why not put your snacks online? Now we already had a Facebook page, so now I focused more on posting things. I started doing Facebook ads. So I start paying for that now. Facebook ads. So Facebook will handle sending it out to persons. And listen to me, the amount of orders that we'll start getting. And I had Patrick busy because Patrick had to end up being the delivery guy for the business, right? But I mean, so
Well, we're freezing a little bit, folks.
Still
Go ahead.
Not doing as we expected it and we projected it to do. We are keeping it in survival mode right now. And I'm saying that if we continue that way, when things, are restored and it comes back better, we would be ready. We wouldn't be shut down and then have to start. You have, as a business person, you and implement it and to take it to another level.
Correct. Folks, the Caribbean has experienced some seriously bad weather. So where if you see that sometimes we have little delays or a little sticking, just understand and bear with that. It's not really the studio's fault. The weather on this end is terrible. So, yeah. So, I mean, you're hearing Alicia. Alicia, something you mentioned that I think the people need to know. Gospel. You're a gospel singer. When and how did that happen?
Well, again, as a young child, I've always been singing. That's my passion. I love singing. When I was in school, especially in secondary school, I was with a group, a couple of friends of mine. We came up with a group and we went to our music teacher. And we sang 1 or 2 songs in Money's Okay. He will get us into certain shows. Even for Christmas time, we would sing at the pubs and, gatherings. And then and I think that's why I like that mic so much, I love that mic so much. And I remember in secondary school writing my own songs. I just used to, get the words coming and the melodies and everything coming, and I would write them down. And I had an uncle who used to be singing as well. So when he visits, I would say, "Hey, uncle, hear this one," and I would sing. But I had another uncle who used to do something with me. He used to just start to, this beatboxing thing they used to do. When you have your hand by your mouth and you're beatboxing, so he used to do that. And he used to say, "Come, Liz, come on, sing something." And I just sing it from the top of my head. So that was a lot of fun for me. So over the period of time, I continued just writing my little songs, whatever, I would experience in life. I would just put it on paper and whatnot. But was last year when we had the lockdown and we were unsure as to where we were going, what we were going to do, if we could have worked or not. I just took some time home. It was approximately 2 weeks. I just sat down home. I got up late. I just sat down. I watched TV. But I prayed a lot. And I went into the Word a lot. And I was asking God, I said, "No, God, you talk to me. You show me what is happening, what you want me to do based on what is happening in the world right now." And I just hear, just write. And I got my book and I sat down and I just started to write. The words were just flowing out the pen with the melody. So I took up my phone and I recorded it one time, and I contacted some announcers on one of the radio stations that I listened to, and they directed me as to who to go to. And listen to me, I was so surprised because Alicia County-Payne was able to write music in a one, go into studio and record and publish music, and even register myself as an artist, right? With automation, I do things the right way in 2020 in a lockdown when the whole world in a pandemic.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
It is. Yeah, no, that, I mean, that was a transcendence because you're trying to keep your conventional business alive. You're trying to keep the family afloat. You and Patrick, Patrick now realize, okay, should make this switch here happening. Support. And ladies and gentlemen, we didn't mention Patrick Villafana before, but I think now's the time too. That is tag team partner. This woman and Patrick, they do everything together. They're building it. And you have to understand, when you have that kind of support, nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Don't care how hard situations get. They say tough times never last. Tough people do. And this couple is a tough couple, right? Look at the transcendence she has made from starting the business flowing, and then the business got crippled, and then she take it on a level. She started to go to Facebook. This is what you need to do. You don't sit and wallow in your misery. Misery loves company, but most of the time you ever realize you're in misery alone, right?
Yeah,
So,
Mr. Katie, say as you mentioned, Patrick, there, I need to say this that I mean, Patrick and I knew each other many years ago. In fact, he was one of my customers from that store that I was working, right? And we were just
lucky.
friends, you know. And he came back into my life, like we just met back by chance because we lost contact with each other. And he just came back at the right time when I was in a very low place, right? And then I got to realize, like, hey, this person really considered me, really was checking for me when I was so blinded about it so many years ago. Listen to me, I went through 2 marriages before Patrick Villafana came in.
You related to
And
Elizabeth Taylor?
you understand? But listen, that no, sometimes you had to go through that to make you a stronger person. And he'd be saying, you know, sorry, I didn't tell you from up in the earlies how I really felt about you, but I was watching, you know, the road you're going down, and I didn't want to interfere with your happiness, you know. And I said to him, you know, nah, you should have told me something. I didn't even know. You know, because I had a little feeling, but I wasn't sure. Remember, I was young, and he's way older than me. But listen, this gentleman came back into my life at the right time, and he was able to cushion me, and he has been a pillar of support to me and my children. What do you think Patrick doing right now? I here doing this interview, and Patrick in the kitchen preparing lunch, right?
Yeah.
He's the support that I never believed that I would have gotten in my life. He's something like my father. And you know, as a little girl, I always used to watch my father and say, I wish I got a husband like my father, boy. But you know what? He just like daddy and a little more. So
That's beautiful. That is beautiful because when you have that, you could go really far. And I tell people, listen to me. And it doesn't matter how sweet the relationship is. At some point, you're going to have a cat fight because you are male and you are female. But you always say the best part of the cat fight is making up. You know, hey, right. I live it. I tell people, and if you hear me say this live on TV, I love a nag. That's why I married you. I love a nag. I tell my wife that all the time. But the thing is, people like us, we get to spend real quality time with family. We get sometimes to see them from angles that they don't even see themselves. And then we get to learn a lot about ourselves too, you know. So I really enjoyed that part of it. And hey, Patrick, kudos. You're having it live here, broadcasted internationally. So we're going to go to a commercial in about 30 seconds. So let me just add something here. You know, Alicia, I listened to you, you're writing, you're singing. It's so funny. If I pull a file here, Alicia, I can send you 5 completed movie scripts. I can send you 1,000 song lyrics. Because that's what I do when I'm bored, get my creativity out. And the beatbox part, I love hip hop, so I like to rap. That's what I used to do. So, yeah. But you doing it for a different fulfillment, keep at it. Keep at it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a commercial break and be right back. I must say, this studio has some beautiful lads. I mean, all that green just now. Now you see, here's how I'm different. Alfalfa really is one of the best sources of protein and antioxidants. But when I saw all that green there just now, here's what came to mind: new horizons. Because folks, listening to Alicia's journey from where she started out, um, only child, moving through the ranks, getting her A's in, doing all the stuff she likes, being a little naughty here and there, then growing up, being career oriented and passionate, and then going into a family, getting the kind of support from her partner that she deserves. You know, all this now says to me, yeah, she is moving on to greener pastures. So now in front of her is just open space. Now, again, just a little feedback on something there. Yeah. Now, having gotten to this point, we also know that she has some trials in terms of the business. She made some diversifications in that business. But Alicia and I are also in business together. She's a business partner of mine, an international business partner of mine. We do business in 160 countries around the world. We have registered corporate offices around the world, and it's all online. And why would we choose to go online? Well, this is not my story. This is Alicia's story. And if you remember, she said that she's trying to keep that brick and mortar floating so that if things turn around, she doesn't have to start over from scratch. Now, fortunately and unfortunately, things are not going to turn around in a hurry. She and I had a discussion. We were discussing just the airline industry, for example. They stand to lose $419 billion this year. And why we were looking at that information is because we are looking to see how that affects the business that we do in terms of profitability, right? So let let Alicia take you all on a journey here. A journey she started, I think, 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, but she'll tell you exactly. And again, it was simply because she will not take no for an answer. She's not going to sit and wallow in self-pity and wonder, well, nobody here like me. I can't get help. COVID. No. She says, okay, how can I swing this around? Alicia, talk to us about your new journey with Success Factory.
Okay, listen, I think besides my children, Success Factory is one of the best things that came into my life. I've been in network marketing. I've been with other network marketing companies. And I did well at it, reasonably well, reaching in rank. But the opportunity that I heard, I was ready to jump at it. But again, I would have been a little skeptical, a little bit. So, because, there's a lot of things going around that, that are schemes and scams. So you have to be very careful. So you have to do your due diligence and do your fact checking and whatnot. So I did that. And while going through the process, I got to realize that I really needed to sign up with this company because I was losing income. And I always say, when you pray to God and you're asking him for opportunity to come in with him to open some sort of door for you, and then there he brings it straight in front of your face, and then you're refusing it, then you're stopping God in his face. So I said, you know what, Patrick, let's go and talk to this person again, Cheryl Limo. I'm grateful to her for giving me the information. We went back to her and she was able to answer all the questions that we had, and we signed up, and I am not regretting it today. The only thing I'm regretting is not taking the opportunity when she told me the first time. All right, but and that's the thing I keep telling people, sometimes we need to stop procrastinating, just if it feels good, then that's what it is. If you're getting a little, if you're feeling about it, well, just take your time and do your check-in quickly, but step into it. And man, listen, 2.5 years, October 2018, we started, and it has been an amazing journey. I've met a lot of wonderful persons, a lot of wonderful persons, and as well, I have generated income that I would not have generated if I didn't take the opportunity. This business of Success Factory has, one, helped to fund my brick and mortar business. Two, has helped me to make further investments in the company. And three, has also allowed me to assist other persons and start to make a change, help them make a change in their lives. This situation where my brick and mortar is not paying me right now, that money that I'm getting, that commission that I'm getting for my work that I'm doing in the company, helps to pay my bills right now. So when I go to them, I'd say, listen, I'm not a joker. I work hard for my money. So I think harder when I'm spending it. If I come to you and I say to you, this is the way, then I really think you should take my word for it. If you really consider me and you know who I am and you know what it is I'm about, and especially if you know where I came from and you're seeing me today and you know this is what I'm promoting, why deny it?
Ooh, why deny it? No, you're quite right. But you see, Alicia, you said it several times. If Patrick had said it before, or if I had thought about that before, nothing before it's time, girlfriend. Your time is now. That 2.5 years when it started, that was your time, and it has brought you to this point. And that's why you're so confident that when you speak to someone, especially someone who knows you personally, yeah, they should be able to go with that flow. But unfortunately, again, timing may not be right for them. Right? One of the things we understand in our business is no doesn't necessarily mean no, not now. I'm bogged down with a personal thing that bothering me. No, not now. Not enough information. Or just outright, no, I'm not interested. But we are people that could live with that. Because you see, network marketing is not for the faint of heart.
True.
It's not for the faint of heart. But if you're gonna do it, you better have deep pockets.
Yeah, you can't.
Because it will pay you well.
You can't be all up in your emotions. You can't be all up in your feelings when network marketing is concerned. You just move along.
Yeah.
And I'll come back to you next day.
Yeah, you are. And again, for somebody like you with that nurturing spirit, it means that this is a career choice that will take you to the top. But I want to ask you, within network marketing, what about that particular process? Because a lot of people do not understand network marketing. They misconstrue. But if they were to, and I hear when you bring your facts out, if they were simply to check or Google the industry and the income for that industry, I think even if they're sitting on the floor, they'll fall. But you tell me, within that network marketing structure, what do you like the most?
You was cracking them. I didn't get all of what you was asking just now. Could you just repeat?
Within the network marketing framework, what do you like the most?
Wow. That to me, that's wow, that's hard to pick. Could I pick more than one?
Yes, it's your interview.
Listen, first of all, with the network marketing, I love meeting people. And that is why if you look at the career choices that I had before, it was always meeting new people. So with this, I get to meet people from within my own country, within the Caribbean, even outside internationally. Right? And I look forward to the day that borders could open back and we could travel and go to any region wherever the company having their sessions and to their conferences and meet all my other Success Factory family outside there. Another thing that I like about network marketing is that it gives you the ability to earn unheard of money that you would not earn working a job or even doing your own business. And I mean, I could tell you that, right? Your business could be how big? Network marketing is bigger. So, I mean, the potential is unlimited. So that's one of the major things I love. I mean, when I talk to someone and they catch that vision that I have and they decide, okay, they're gonna get the money and sign in, you know how wonderful that feels that I could, create that vehicle for them and their family. And then when they sign on in the system and I log in, or I don't even have to log in, my phone goes, like yesterday, I signed up a friend and I plug her in one time and she did it for herself. I sent her the code and everything and she's standing up right there next to me doing it. And then I hear ping, and when I check my phone, it shows your business is growing. That's amazing. Wow. All I can do is send my code to people anywhere, even to America. I had someone in the Bahamas. I send my code, and next thing you know, ping. When I check, they sign up, and I'm being paid. And I mean, all I have to do is talk. And mind you, as I always say to persons, you wouldn't believe that Alicia don't like to talk. I don't like to talk. I afraid people. I'm afraid of interacting. But when I realize that every time I speak and I make a positive influence on somebody, I get paid. So why not talk?
Boom, boom. Money talks. Right? No, that is so cool. That is so cool. Because working online, having a business online means I don't have to go to anyone. You have to carry a product for anyone. I can make money while you're asleep. You can make money while you're awake. You make money whether you speak or not, because online businesses literally run themselves. And I am proud to be with Alicia in Success Factory. That's why I said she's also one of my business partners. Because listen, we both lead large teams of people. And what we do is we simply help people better themselves. That's all. We never promise nobody $1 million and no. But if you are coachable and teachable, Alicia County-Payne can take you to a level that you have never thought possible. She will bring out of you the power that is dwelling deep inside. It's just laying dormant within you. You need, and I'm throwing this out now to all the international people that are listening. All right? If you want to do business, this is a woman to do business with. You want to grow spiritually, financially, this is a woman to do business with. Okay? That's why we have her here today. And I'm going to throw in a plug right here. You feel Alicia crazy? Guess who's coming after her next week, Saturday? A woman she calls her mother. A woman that she does business with. Yes, I know you didn't know. She's on next week, Saturday. Right? Denise Canterbury is going to be here. People, don't miss that. You want fire? Alicia, right now, Alicia trying to behave on camera. You want fire? Wait, then he's coming. And we all in business together.
Yeah.
We hosting. I'm here hosting for Deborah Filbert. Deborah is also one of our business partners. Okay, in the same success factory. Why you think now she can fulfill her dream of she's touring parts of Africa and building schools. So we're gonna keep this show. If I can, you can go in. Because if Deborah can, you can. If Alicia can, you can. If I can, you can. So listen, we still have 15 minutes and we seem to have a lot of people. I've seen the little notes on Facebook popping up. Glad for the support for Alicia. Listen, I want to ask you a trick question. In your business, in your success factory business, you are helping people to generate wealth. Let's not get away from that. People need to get off this afraid to talk about money. Let me tell you something, folks. Everybody who's in business to make profits, millions upon millions of dollars. You have the same opportunity because the internet presents a level playing field. And that's the advantage Alicia is taking. She's taking advantage of the internet. It offers her a level playing field because online we could be as big as any conglomerate, anywhere in the world. And all we have, one faithful employee, is called a mouse. You have every department online. Now, here's the question I want to ask you, Alicia. Of course, there are various products and services on your online store. For me, as someone who saw your link, maybe on Facebook or Instagram, and I went through your store, which of the products you would recommend that I invest in first and foremost if I want to generate wealth?
Well, that would depend on what you're looking for. So I'll do an evaluation. So I want to know if you're looking for short term or you're looking for.
Let's talk long term. Let's talk long term. What can I do if I were to take your link and make an investment in your business now? What can I look forward to in the next 24 months? First
of all, the dark coin. That's the first product that we ever had in Success Factory. Dark coin. And then the View, that virtual reality product that's going to launch in the next 2 years. Definitely is something that you should invest in, as well as, again, the Forex. Even though it's like a short term, you can utilize it for long term if you compounding the profits, and keep trading with it. It will, because if you start with a simple account with 100 US and you keep compounding that profit that you're getting, within a few years' time, that money is going to be hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not in the millions, in 3 to 5 years. And that's what we need to keep teaching people. I mean, ignorance is a funny thing, It's a funny thing, but we need to open people's eyes, and if it means to show them the calculations and let them see, because I was taken aback when I saw the Forex opportunity. More so when I remember sitting in a meeting at the hockey, oh gosh, I can't remember the name of the center, the hockey center.
Yeah, center.
Right, when I now came into the company, and a woman by the name of Maritza Fowler, she went on that whiteboard and showed some calculations as to how that dark coin was going to increase in value over a period of time. And I was blown away till that meeting was over, and I was still stuck to my seat calculating. And I think that is where the fire, that is where the fire was ignited. That was the fire that was ignited that night, and I started to run with that. And you know what? Every time I utilize that calculation for persons, like especially now as we have the double coins, as call it, buy one get one free. People who don't understand what double coin is, you buy something and you get an next one free. And when I show you the calculation of it now, that you only pay 250 TT or 25 euros and you end up with $189 in profit right away. Where you getting that in the bank? So I educate people, but listen to me, all the products are above level. They are the best products that you could get yourself involved. Get every single one.
Here's what I want you to do. We have 8 minutes to go. Here's what I want you to take 6 of that 8 minutes, because you said something there that I don't think people understand. What is the View?
Oh my, the View is such an amazing product. It is something that if I really go into detail, you will say, what kind of coming out of the movie thing you're telling me here, sci-fi movie. The View is basically a virtual reality device, and I will show you this outdated one. This was 3 years ago. It still works, but Success Factor has taken it to a different level where you can put on the Oculus device over your head and you tune in to a sporting event. You can go to a concert, you can buy real estate, you can do your classes. So where we use Zoom or even this platform, the View is going to be it. As well as, I mean, listen, it's a whole
Travel.
different system. Look at tourism. Tourism has shut down, as Mr. Katie's mentioned. Airlines packed up. But hear what? When this View begins, I'm not leaving home and I am traveling all over the world. And you know what's the even better thing about this? I will be paid. When I go, when my family go, when you go, I don't even know you, but I will still get paid from offer what you do in the View. And that is so amazing. We're talking about, I quote it as income that is going to outlive you. I mean,
Wow.
marvelous.
Wow. Because what? Because I played up with those, and you're right. The outdated ones, you put your phone in and you interact with whatever's in there.
That's
But
right.
what you have coming means I can put that on. I can plot in Dubai. I can go in the Burj Khalifa. I can talk to someone. I can touch. I can feel. I could go shopping in Dolce Gabbana in Italy, but I'm sitting in Trinidad right at home with my ocular glasses on. I can pay
That's
for
right.
it virtually. No, yeah, this is what it is now. People, we spent the last hour talking to Miss Alicia County-Payne. You've just heard what a powerful, dynamic woman, a woman who has known herself since she was a child, what she wanted, who she wanted to be, the direction she wanted to go in, and she took herself there. She took herself there. Okay? You can do the same thing. And that's why this show is becoming more and more popular. If I can, you can. Because a lot of people don't have the self confidence that they can do some of the things that they dream of. But understand this, Walt Disney said, if you could dream it, you could do it. It all starts with a dream. People, everything in the world started with an idea. Remember, before these phones became so small, we used to have to either go on a wall, put in 25 cents, or first phone in the village home. Everybody come. Till your mother put a lock on it. Dial up. Okay? Your world continuously changes and evolves. You have to. If you're gonna make it, you have to. When you have leaders like Alicia County-Payne, when you have leaders like the one coming next week, Denise Canterbury, and you have people who are willing to share with you their experiences, trust me, don't just come here and sit like it's Netflix and chill. But if you take that information and you apply it, let me tell you something. You can live a fulfilled life, but you have to make the decision. It is all up to you. And you know, it's a funny thing, eh? That's how what shows, right? It's all about you. Yeah, it's all about you. All right. Hey, I'm saying thank you, Natasha. All right. Thank you to all the people here that are tuning in and sending all these great comments for Alicia. We
Definitely.
welcome it. All right. We welcome it. Yeah. So here we are, ladies and gentlemen, as we coming down to the end of it. I think we should close with a commercial. So let me say this, Alicia, it was a pleasure for me to be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because not only do I experience you every Tuesday night when you launch businesses, yes, folks, every Tuesday night she launches new business owners, right? The information that comes out is always tremendous, right? She's leading big teams to do big things. I'll tell you something. This is the month of June. When? June? Let me tell you something. By June next year, we want to get her back here. Here we're giving her a year. Because when she comes back here, she's going to be a diamond. This girl is on fire. Trust me, people. This girl is on fire. All right? And that's what we do. So if I can, you can. She can, you can. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here. Thank you very much for sharing this time. We're going to close this out with a commercial, and we're going to catch you next Saturday right here.
Thank you again, Mr. Katie.